For the first time ever, Planned Parenthood decided to endorse a presidential candidate during the primary season. Now, this did not pan out too well for them, as I'm going to show you here in a minute, because their supporters were very vocal that they were displeased with their endorsement of Hillary Clinton. Yes, that's right. Planned Parenthood endorsed Hillary Clinton. Not too surprising, but I'll tell you why they did this, and also we'll kind of get to the consequences and why they're trying to do some damage control now. So first and foremost, there's a couple reasons why this organization would endorse Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders. Now, it doesn't matter that Bernie Sanders has actually a better voting record on women's issues when it comes to low-income women's issues than Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is a woman, so that's one reason, that's one benefit.
I cannot imagine anyone being more of an outsider than the first woman president.
Cecile Richards, the actual president of Planned Parenthood, has an arguable conflict of interest. I mean, her daughter, Lily Adams, is the communications director for Hillary's campaign in Iowa. So, I mean, it's a little bit close. I mean, it's not Cecile herself, but again, you know, it's a little bit questionable. Now, second of all, Bernie Sanders' universal healthcare plan actually existentially threatens Planned Parenthood. So let me tell you why that is. So Planned Parenthood provides medical services to low-income women. Now, the reason why Planned Parenthood is so vital is because a lot of women in low-income areas and who are socioeconomically disadvantaged, they don't have money to see a typical healthcare provider, but they can go to Planned Parenthood and get services for really affordable, really cheap quality services. But if all women have access to universal healthcare, well, they may not need Planned Parenthood after all. So what would Planned Parenthood become? I mean, they would kind of devolve into a de facto abortion organization. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because we still need women to have access to affordable and legal abortions. But the problem is that if Planned Parenthood just becomes an abortion-only clinic, well, they'd lose money because they wouldn't be offering other services as much to women, and most importantly, well, they would probably lose favor among the public. So individuals who are in favor of the other services of Planned Parenthood but are against abortion, well, they would kind of turn against Planned Parenthood. But the problem is that I don't think that's actually a legitimate argument to not have universal health care. Because people already view Planned Parenthood as an abortion-on-demand outlet. I mean, that's all they think it is. They don't care about the fact that only 3% of Planned Parenthood services is actually abortions and that they provide a whole slew of other services to low-income women. They don't care about that. But Planned Parenthood is worried that, you know, if they just become this abortion-only clinic, it's going to look really bad for them, and they don't want that. So they're trying to save face. They're trying to survive, basically. And this endorsement would help with that because they don't really want universal healthcare. I mean, they may be philosophically in favor of it, but when it comes to their business, you know, it's not going to be great for them. So to me, it's just sad to see an organization who is about providing healthcare services to low-income people be seemingly against universal healthcare. I mean, look, I'm just speculating here, but I mean, it seems as though this is the case because obviously universal healthcare would actually threaten the existence of Planned Parenthood. So overall, this endorsement may not turn out too well for them. Now, many of their supporters have left comments on their Facebook page stating that while they still stand with Planned Parenthood, they're really, really disappointed in this decision. Now, it seems near unanimous when you go on their page. You can see a couple of Hillary supporters here and there, but I mean, overwhelmingly, they wanted them to endorse Bernie Sanders. So this endorsement now, besides the outrage, it may actually cost them money because some of their supporters are stating that they will now be canceling their monthly donations to Planned Parenthood and will be funneling them to Bernie Sanders' campaign instead. So that is what they don't want to hear. They are all about survival and they need that cash to survive. So now they're trying to kind of walk back their endorsements of Bernie or of Hillary Clinton, and they're trying to show you why they chose Hillary Clinton. So you see a couple of posts here of a video stating why Hillary Clinton is the best candidate for healthcare and women's rights. But the comment here with 1,000 likes states, "I wish you would stop lying about there being no other candidate standing up for women's rights. Sanders supports all women, not just rich white women." Oh my God. I mean, that's just devastating. And that's the top comment you see. Now, furthermore, another one that they posted here. How do Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders compare on women's health? And the first comment Okay, just stop. You're not going to convince anyone who is not already convinced, and you're only annoying the Bernie supporters. Please, Planned Parenthood Action, just go back to informing us about what Planned Parenthood does for the communities they serve. I support Planned Parenthood. No, I think that this echoes the sentiment of all of us, right? Because we all support Planned Parenthood. We all know that their services are vital, but I mean, this was not a good look for them. Now, let me get to some of the comments that people left on their page, because I thought that it was very telling. So we have here from Amanda: Hillary, the borderline Republican who flip-flops her viewpoints to fit whatever will get her more votes. Not Bernie, someone not bought and paid for by Wall Street and a huge supporter of women's rights. Disappointing. I agree. So Alicia here states, I love and stand with Planned Parenthood, but this is not one of your choices I can support. I would love to see a woman in the Oval Office, but Clinton is not my choice. Hashtag feel the burn. Agree 100%. I mean, I really, I thought it was therapeutic to read through these because they stated the exact sentiments that I was feeling. So these comments really resonated with me. Ash states, bullshit. She's a bought and paid for turncoat. If you want a real champion, stand behind the person that has fought for our rights for 40 plus years. Bernie Sanders. Another comment here from Kathy. As a regular donor for the past 20 plus years, I'm extremely disappointed in Planned Parenthood's decision to endorse a candidate before the primary elections. This is not the kind of action that I expect to support with my donations. If there were only one candidate who would be strong advocate for women's rights, I would understand this decision. But since any of the three Democratic candidates would be a very strong ally of Planned Parenthood, I can only see this action as being needlessly political. And that may be the case, just because, as I stated, there is a arguable conflict of interest. Now, from Catherine, it appears that the bulk of the Planned Parenthood supporters back Bernie Sanders. Perhaps Planned Parenthood should reconsider their stance. I actually agree with this. Paris states, very disappointed in this decision. Bernie Sanders 2016. Kelsey states, are you serious? Just because she's a woman doesn't mean you have to endorse her. Bernie Sanders is so much better and he fights for the lower income women who need Planned Parenthood the most. Cassidy states, I will always stand with Planned Parenthood, but I won't be voting with them. Hashtag Bernie 2016. And yeah, that's some of them that I saw. I mean, you can go to the Planned Parenthood page and see for yourself. There's so much. There's a swarm of comments from angry Planned Parenthood supporters, and these aren't just He-Man woman haters. These are women who are leaving the comments. These are actual donors of Planned Parenthood, and I am a donor of Planned Parenthood, so I kind of have a say here too. I'm very disappointed in this decision. I've donated to them in the past. I'm not a monthly donor, but I have supported them because I think they're a phenomenal organization. So overall, I'll always stand with Planned Parenthood, but this decision was just absolutely terrible. And because of it, I think Planned Parenthood is really feeling the burn and regretting it right now.